Hey everybody, it's kind of dark. I can't really get it straight. I think I got it straight right here. Anyway, this video is, and by the way, it's Crazy T, the movie guy. And this video, I am rating every Freddy Krueger movie from start to very last. I actually own all the Freddy Krueger movies. See that? Okay, first we're going to review A Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, is one of the best horror films I think I've ever seen. It is the best horror film. And it's about these teenagers, and they start dreaming about Freddy Krueger, because if Freddy Krueger kills you in your dream, you're dead for real. You're dead for real. And when her friends die, it's up to, I forgot her name, but she leads a fight against Freddy Krueger. And in the end we find out, well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but A Nightmare on Elm Street is the best horror film I think there is. Nancy Thompson, her name is, the character. And now we're doing Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I kind of liked Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but, you know, the whole things about how Freddy Krueger gets this guy to kill for him and all this, and then there's that cool part where where Freddy Krueger is coming out of the guy while the guy's friend, they're in the room, and then it's up to, what's his name, and the girl to fight off Freddy Krueger, because Freddy Krueger comes out of the dreams and into reality at a pool. At a pool, and there's like this massacre, you know. I give Nightmare on Elm Street 2 one of my best ratings, 10 out of 10. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like part 2 because apparently, you know, I'm not against any gay people, but apparently people called it a homosexual movie. You know what I mean? Freddy Krueger 2. But Freddy Krueger 2 is awesome, in my eyes. And then there's Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is without a doubt my all-time favorite. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is about these teenagers during they're in a hospital, and one of them keeps getting killed one by one, but Nancy Thompson from the first one is in this one, and then they have to go do a dream thing where they can all fight Freddy in their mind. Altogether, Freddy Krueger Part 3 is really, really good. Now in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, we see a bunch of new characters. We see the last known survivor from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 takes place after that, but they got a new actress to play her. And, you know, she dies and gives, what's her name, the powers. Gives her the powers, you know. Gives her the powers. And she brings more people into her dreams for Freddy to kill. Then at the end, there's this big church fight between her and Freddy Krueger. All in all, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 is a pretty good one. I kinda liked it. I kinda did. I kinda liked it, you know. Nightmare on Elm Street 5 takes place after part 4, but her boyfriend dies in this one. Her boyfriend dies in this one, and then she gets pregnant, but she starts dreaming about her unborn son, and then she dreams about how Freddy Krueger comes back. Freddy Krueger comes back, and he's killing them in their dreams one by one. Anyway, and then her unborn son starts talking to her in his mind, in her mind and stuff. Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5 is okay. I like the whole gimmick, like the first part where she's in the institution, and there's where she's in the institution, and how Freddy comes back and he's like, "It's a boy." Anyway, I didn't like Nightmare on Elm Street 5 because it was kind of just dragged on. The story was bad, and anyway, now I'm going to review Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. In this one, it's like way in the future, you know. Like it starts off with the guy that's supposed to be like he finds Freddy Krueger, and then Freddy says, well, he gets slipped into reality. He says, and then he goes to this thing where there's all these homeless teenagers, and then throughout the whole movie, the guy thinks he's Freddy Krueger's son, but it turns out the worker that's helping them is actually Freddy Krueger's daughter. Now, Freddy's Dead is my all-time favorite movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. Freddy's Dead is the best out of all of them, I think. Well, not the original, but you know what I mean? And that's all I'm doing. And Freddy vs. Jason, well, we all know I would do a review on Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but I want to stick to the actual Freddy Krueger. But the remake, A Nightmare on Elm Street, is also one of my favorite movies. It wasn't a reboot, it was a remake. But they used scenes that took place in the first 5 in this one. Anyway, thank you for my watching, and this is my Nightmare on Elm Street movie review. Thank you.